I'll show you what I mean. I'll like literally the last time we see him. Well, you'll see. You'll see. Real.
He is real.
He's not though. Watch. Okay, so remember how I said that Ikundayo is a murderous monster? This is one of the areas where he becomes a murderous monster. So if these guys up here are still visible, he will just turn over and start fighting them, even though they are not fighting them. So we come down here. Hello? Oh no, wait, that's not. All right. So run up here. Right around here. Yep. He shows up. Or he talks. We tell him to go away. We pull Ragongar over here. Teleport back down. And there we go. That is the Goblin Fort. Send Octavia up here to chuck a fireball at these guys in the back. One of them somehow survived. And we tell Keston to go home here. So Keston here, if you're not lawful, Keston will go over to the womb. Hello? Can we, like, move at more than a snail's pace? Thank you. Keston will go to the womb of Lamashtu and try to fight that himself. And die. Unless you go there first. And if you go there first, Jod dies in the capital. But if we send Keston back to the capital, neither of them die. So it's not, I don't know if it's actually faster. It probably is because you save a cutscene here of Keston dying.
So I have a question, pondoor.
Yeah, go for it.
What if you don't like either of them?
Well, in a speedrun, that doesn't matter.
Because Jihad is a conservative person.
Jihad is not great.
Yeah, he hates everything that's not worshipping Aristil.
Yeah.
It's not fun. And then Keston's just dumb.
How did I miss this guy? I launched a fireball. Oh yeah, so somebody added to the time save in Act 2. Yeah. Yeah, because you also get the time save in Act with that whole. All right, so here we skip the entirety of the Womb of Lamashtu. We just dimension door up here, and we're at the final bit. This skips an incredibly confusing section where you have fog walls that like phase you into two different phases of existence, and like you have to switch back and forth and like murder a poor innocent bird, and like it's a whole thing. So we just skip the whole thing, dimension door up that cliff, and we're at the final fight. I recently accidentally found a way, kind of, to kill this plant early, but I haven't been able to replicate it, so I don't know how this actually... Yeah, this skips a whole lot. This skips a ton. Yeah, the Womb of Lamashtu in my first playthrough took forever.
Wow, it took me hours to get through this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beatdown. But then the next time I did it, I was like, how did this take me so long the last time?
Yeah, I mean, if you know what you're doing, then it's a completely different thing. The first time through, this place is a night.
Yeah.
So yeah,
awful.
we go back. Oh yeah, we're supposed to find Kaisi at some point. It's not going to happen, but we're supposed to. It's also something that I need to remember to uninstall that DLC when I finish. So, one time loss that I consistently make, or one mistake that consistently costs me time, is I forget to rest when I get here, because everybody's exhausted except for me. Which means everybody's moving at half speed.
While you're loading here, I just wanted to remind people we got some really cool bid wars and challenges coming up. Yep. You can pick the language for Final Fantasy VII Remake, French, Japanese, or English. That's a current bid war going on. You could name the file for Super Mario RPG. That should be a good one. You can choose the sprite
はい
set for the Dragon
皆様
Quest
こん
randomizer
に
that's
ちは。
happening tomorrow. There's a
司会進行
ton
変
of
わりまして こ
challenge
こからは私、不相が担当させていただきます。よろし
incentives as well
くお
for
願い
Final
し
Fantasy
ます。
VII. Check those out
ちょっと
anytime you
トラブルとありましたが、
consider making a contribution to Nami.
本家配信の方は問題なく進んでおります。パスファインダーキングメーカーですね。
So
私はこのゲームやったことがないんで、
in this area, we just ran past everybody.
もうね、特に何もわかんないんですけれども、序盤から見てる感じだと、これはもうほとんどD&D でいいんですよね。D&D3.75 みたいなゲーム、TRPG のデザインだから、まあそれはそうなんでしょうけどっていうのはあります
I
ね。
made sure that all of my characters were up by the door before I initiated combat.
これちゃんと確認しておきますか。
That was because
オル
there's
ビア
like
で
a
すね。
fight
そう
going
です
on
ね
over。here, and Ikunda will very happily just turn around
オルビア
and
こんなでかい
kill.
の？
Can we keep
Also, we're
it?
killing this guy because the tavern.
First time I saw this freaking owlbear, I
ゴ
was
ブリン
just
の
like,
砦を攻略した王国
I
が春季されてありがとうございます。
This owlbear
ザ・
is
シー
like
ズン・オブ・ブルームだから、こ
I,
れ
I've said it before. It's like owlbears are
3
the
章の
cutest
最後です
enemy in
かね。
Like they don't look threatening. They're super cute. Like
ディ
they're
フェンダーキャラク
adorable.
タ
I
ー。
love the owlbears. In
そ
this
う
game.
首都防衛なんでしょうけれども、結構レベリングとかもしてたんで、かなりそんなに大変ではないのかな。どうなんでしょうね。レベル10、レベルアップによるパワーアップ強化とか、魔法強化もある
I
から、
always forget which one of these
いけそうな気がするけれども。
Kitty, help, help. Acquire your diplomatic assistant. If I could actually click the OK button.
次のイベントまで飛んでいるので、 なんか間にクエストがやる間のやつがあるんだろうけれど、それが
Oh yeah, so earlier on
飛び
in
ましたか？
game, Lindsay stole from us, by the way.
RTA なので不要なんでしょうけど。
And there's an actual side quest to get back the things that she bought with your stolen money. And that's the quest that just failed. Because we did not help her get back her ill-begotten game.
さすがにチャートを確認します。
Oh yeah, that's Wireless. Wireless is also the worst, by the way. He's actually what causes everything in Chapter 4. Because he's a greedy person. So
話のところをイベントでガンガン飛ばして人を読んで会話を済ませるパートになってるから、
yeah. So I'm really bad at remembering
一
what
体どこまで
dialogue
何をして
options I
るの
need
か
to
全
take
然わ
on
かん
all
ないですね。
these. Like once I actually see the dialogue, I usually remember pretty good, but like whenever people are walking up, I'm very, very bad about that. Okay, so here's the actual start of chapter. This is also the second of our shopping trips. We stop over at forgot her name, the cleric. What's the cleric's name?
Jihad? Harem?
No, the one that you buy from.
Oh, the Avadar cleric.
ガンホルパンシ
I know how it's looks, but I don't ever really remember.
日本語版の攻略サイトを見ながらですけれども、バンホールドの失踪かな。そしたら4章入ってって話かな。
So we take one thing of delay poison communal, and we take like 30 scrolls of mass heal. Unfortunately, I am gonna have to go to the bathroom. I've been like having issues with that for like the last hour, so I will be back in just a I'm really sorry about this, but I have to.
No problem. We actually
Give me
got a
1 second.
donation, so just want to say thank you to Caleb for the $10 donation. All of your contributions, folks, are going through NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They have 48 state offices, more than 650 affiliates, a host of signature programs,
うー
presentations,
ん、まあ、
work groups available
TRPG 系
free
統
of
のを
charge.
元にしたゲームの RTA って大
50%
体、
of all lifetime cases of mental illness
大
begin
体
by
直
the
線
age
で一
of
本道走って会話
14
パートカットになるか
and
ら、
a massive
ほぼほぼ
75%
何や
of
ってん
them
のか
begin
っ
by
ていうのは
the
かな
age
り
of
厳しいところ
24.
があります
So
ね。
it is a issue that all of us have been touched on, whether personally or from people we know at some point in our lives. It's a very important cause, so all of your contributions and all the hard work everyone behind the scenes are doing are going to assist in those efforts. Unsung, you seem to be pretty familiar with this game, but you don't speedrun it. Is that true?
I do not speedrun it. I started my YouTube doing some like guide videos for it, and then because I had played it for a while,
うんってと
and
ころでこれ
then
は何が
I
あっ
did
たん
like
ですかね。
a video let's play that turned into a stream let's play
Sorry about that.
of the game.
Seems I was staying a bit too hydrated. All right.
ああ、
So,
Oh yeah, Unsung was just telling us about how
なるほどね。
they
う
were
ん、買い物画面で止まってるのはなぜかって、ソーシャル給水に行ってたんですね。
well then,
まあ、水飲むの大切ですからね、
Yeah,
長時間だし。
yeah. So I don't do the speed running or the power gaming or anything. I just very
で、
much
その
immerse
間、
myself
聞く
in
コメン
the
トを読み上げてたっていう話ですね、今
RPG
の
and
は。
the lore.
なるほど。
And
はい、そういうわけ
have a good
で、
old time with
気を
it.
取り直
But,
し進行ですね。
yeah, I've done a lot of guide videos for it. Back when I started, which means that
そうですね、
quality
今
of
のは
those
特に
videos is
RTA
not
上
as
の
good as
進
my
行とか
most
ではな
recent
く、
one
給
for
水時間
rap,
でしたね。
but you know, it's it's been a fun time. It's a big game, and Pathfinder is a system that like hasn't been turned into a video game before, so there's a lot to learn if you haven't played the tabletop, which a lot of Kingmaker players have not.
yeah.
これはバンドクとの遭遇かな。
Sure. We'll
イ
take
ベ
the
ント
blessings.
に
I've never actually gotten this particular one because I've always killed the priestess in the past. It's only recently that I've started sparing them. So we got the blessing. I don't know what it does.
なるほど。今度は隣国のサワンが行方不明になったので、そっちに向かった。
Yeah, I tried
いろんな
to
人に頼んであり
I
ます
actually
ね。
tried to route out a solo speed run, and it just wasn't great.
リバーステップから、
Okay, so we are coming up. This is chapter 4, so this is the undead invasion. This is where we are going to be using the Bane spell finally. So we're supposed to like go up here to the north. There's a barbarian camp. We're supposed to meet them. We're supposed to go through this whole long fetch quest, get 3 like Cyclops skull candle things, and then bring them down here, and then you can open the door. Or you come down here, we rest because everyone's exhausted, and you cast a level 1 spell and it opens the door.
Get to the bite of the dead. なるほど。入る前に休息を取りまして、まあ大休憩取るってことですよね。大休憩は4班の4が。大休憩取って、
tabletop adventure path, where you can open this door by casting the darkness spell.
突入でしょうけれども。
The darkness spell is not in this game,
ヘイストのみか、これ。
but
何を
so
それ。
they
それはいろいろ大丈夫なの？
to, like, still have like the flavor of that little secret, so they just replaced it with the Bane spell, which I guess is the closest, which kind of makes sense. Right. Yeah. So yeah. By doing that, that does have another little side effect.
ベインの方かな。なん
The
か書き
soul
ました
leaders
ね。
do not know my
何に
name.
使うんで
So
しょ
if you
う。
remember, if you played this game, if you remember,
で、
there's the soul leader fights towards the
結局
end of the first
普通に
portion
進むわ
of
けで
this
すけれども、
dungeon, where 3 people are forced into combat alone, each against a single soul leader. And it's always your character, your main character,
うん、
and
今
then
のヘ
2
クストですね。
others. You get to choose their name. Oh, also, by the way, this is where we find out that Tristan is not real. Because watch what happens after this conversation. He just blips out of existence. He doesn't dimension door out. He doesn't go invisible. He just blips out of existence, meaning he wasn't real the whole time. He was just a hallucination.
I thought you had like an actual story reason for him not being real, and it was just that.
Nope, just that. He just blips out of existence, and he's not real.
I feel debated.
You got to make up a story if we get a big donation.
I forgot to do a thing. So we have to put the animal or our little like menagerie into a into their kennel for a minute, because this whole area is
さ
just
すがにレベル高い魔法使い、火力が違いますね。いや、まあ、イン
like
クビジターだから
literally、nothing but
厳密には魔法使いではないような気がするけど、プレイで使いますもんね。名前的に。
especially if you have 33 scrolls of mass heal.
I can't wait for the giant dining room of zombies. It's
I was wondering why you bought all those. That's gonna be a
棒
payoff.
高いの墓
Yup, it's super cool. It's super good.
で
Also,
ダン
we
ジョンに
use
突入
the
す
scroll
るん
of
でしょう。
delayed poison here
でですか。で、
because cloud kill is a thing.
Now,
まあ、ダンジョンは駆け抜けるものだと思うんですけど。
this game with the soul eaters, you definitely want to take advantage of being able to pick the names when you can, because otherwise a random character will be like, my name's this, and da 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 da, and then you're stuck with that person being hunted by a soul eater.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not good.
And sometimes I'm slow at doing the scrolls, and the party members just murder the enemies. There is a potential skip right there in that hallway.
多分なんかいろいろあるというものを目的地ダイレクトに行っちゃってっていう話でしょうね。
And the way that things are right now, it tends to cost you
ざ
more
ざっ
time
と見てる
than
感
it,
じだとパーセプション上げて発見も上げてるっぽいから見つけられるのか、それとも通常使用上見つかるのか、まあでもクエスト進行だから見つかるかもしれんな。
Oh, I forgot to do a thing. So
フラグが上がってなくてもいけるよっていうのはこの手のゲームでは割とよくありますが、
and by dimension ignoring past
認知してはいける
the
でっていうのがありますが、
you will not have basically the soul eaters won't get another name. I have not yet had a run where I remember to dimension door into that room. So I have not yet had a run. Why is everybody moving so slowly? I know I'm not hasted, but come on, guys. We got undead to kill again. Also, real easy way to skip this fight, you just walk away. You just walk away, and that fight ceases being a thing. Okay, so here, I'm gonna quick save just in case I mess this up. Alright, so we're not gonna mess this up.
はいはいはい。サイクロプスが復活してきたので、復活してきて大変なことになったよね。リンクの王様ですね。が行方不明だったけど関係があるんじゃないかという話で、大高いの墓っていうところを今突撃してっていうところです。で、まあ、高レベルになればなるほど火力ご了承になりますね。どんだけ罠があるんや。
I do love this dungeon a lot.
This dungeon is super cool.
There's so much involved with it. It's so fun. And if you do one of the DLCs, the Varnhold one, there's like other stuff that you can get here as well, which is cool.
I did not actually know that.
Yeah, because the Varnhold DLC connects this whole thing.
So, yeah, because we skipped the second one, and because the guys didn't ever get my main character's name, only one Soul Eater spawned there. I haven't actually seen... Where's the Dismissal? So we actually want to use Dismissal here. If they ever allow my character to be cast, sometimes they just that's kind of what just happened. So there's actually two fights in this area that don't work, or that don't let you just kill everybody with Scrolls of Mass Heal, and both of those are against outsiders, so you just use Dismissal on your main poof away. It is that fight right there, and there's a fight with a bunch of water elementals later on. So here's one fight with a whole lot of people. And my main character decided that he wanted to roll like -13 on initiative, so it took him forever to actually get the scroll out.
Oh, that's glorious.
Alright, and
これを
then
めっちゃ
everybody's
セットしてますけど、すごい色が。
it's all good. Everybody's fine. So here we have, coming up in this next room is the maze. The maze is great. And you'll see, I always forget about that. So you can actually skip this trap, which actually saves some time because it does slow you when you go through it. But I always forget that it's there, so I always miss that skip. So, this is like a big old maze, right? So we click at the end of the maze, our people just start going through it, and then they just decide that walls don't exist anymore, and they just do all of this.
D&D のバルターズゲートで見ましたけど、出口をクリックさせられるシステム、本当良くないと思うんですよね。
And continue through the maze normally, but yeah, your actual party members. Which actually
システム上そうなるのはそれはそうなんですけど。
And then here is the cafeteria. Just a whole bunch of zombies hanging out, having some lunch. We send our boy over here, and we do this. And
まあそうですね、CM なんで。
people die.
多いな。
And a whole bunch of undead people die. And Ikundeo went and wanted to be a murderer. You can't actually like skip some of those if they haven't entered you yet.
いっぱいいましたけど。
Bottom there.
いっぱいゾンビいましたけど。
You don't actually have to kill them all.
ヒールね。マスヒールとないと終わりですか。
Ikundeo wanted to
そうなるよ。
and that is just that's just how he does things. So physics do not apply. Yeah, exactly. Marshmallow understands. This is actually the final fight in this
コンセン
dungeon.
トパターンエレメント。
Fun thing is that Vorticai is optional. So we come up here.
できることは全てしようかどうか若干怪しいけど、まあしようってことにしておきましょうか。多分しようですね。
Say hi to the boss. Say goodbye to the boss. And we leave. And Vorticai is no more. Apparently.
スルーされたな、ボス。
So the actual trigger for that fight is a cutscene. The cutscene only triggers if you move while you are within line of sight of Vorticai.
やっぱ直線してて見えてるのよくないんじゃない？
And then dimension dooring out, Vorticai, the trigger does not happen, and the fight does not initiate. Attrition doesn't exist. I guess Vorticai shouldn't exist either. Exactly. So yeah, we just don't fight that ball. Oh, there is something that I forgot to do and I need to do. We actually want to turn off experience sharing again. We actually should have done that as soon as we picked up Ikundeo, but the experience that you gain up to this point is pretty negligible compared to what you get in chapters 5, 6, and 7. So it doesn't really matter that much. We still basically hit the levels that we need to when we do. We do actually get to level 17 in this run. And this is actually one of the scarier parts of the overworld movement, because if we get an encounter during these mountain paths, it's like a 3-year fight.
なんか倒したら通路が潰れる魔物を用意しておいて、見えてるんですよねって言われて、ディメンションゲートズバーってやられたやつ見たことあるんだ。そんな感じを受けますね。
Is because A, the maps are very serpentine. It's the skeleton. It's a mountain path. It's like very curvy. It's going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. There's only one exit, and it's at the very end. And the enemies are fairly spread out every single time. So they're not all grouped up, so you can't just fireball once. And when you're coming back from there, everybody's exhausted anyway. So it's like, it's just 13 things stacked on top of each other to just make the mountain encounters there a night. And the fact that we didn't get one is very, very nice.
Is
Christian still removed from your party if you never trigger the cutscene? No, it is not. He is not. He is still in the party. But he might as well not be. Here is where Amiri is the most passive-aggressive person on the planet, which does not fit her character at all. She literally comes up to you and is like, well, I have something to talk to you about my plan, but it's whatever, so bye. And then just walks away again. We collect that. We also start getting random +1 flails here, and I don't know why.
Our overage. だから。
So many Amiri.
なるほど。ビトレイアーズファイトだから、これは攻略者と4者5者と裏切り者逃亡と怒りの時は同時に発生するっていうところなのかな。
Like a split path. You're either supposed to go and get Tristan back, or you're supposed to go up here and deal with the barbarian invasion. Well, Tristan isn't real.
ここまでのストーリー解説とかもしてない。ストーリー解説文をしていただきありがとうございます。普通にやったら100時間ぐらいかかるって話ですね。100で済むのかわかんないですけど。
So we come up here and pray that it's not storming. My last 2 runs, it has been storming here. So storms in this game cut your movement speed in half. And just because there's no storm here doesn't mean... Oh god, I'm out of haste. Doesn't mean that there's no storms once we switch to the other side. 3, 4, 1.
とりあえずヘイストをかけます。
Okay, cool. We're fine. Everything's fine. There's no storm. No, I don't want it. What? Why did you all do that? What is wrong with you? Party members are growing minds of their own. I don't appreciate this. AI is the worst timeline. Alright, now we turned off the combat AI.
そうなりますよね。じっくりやるとどんだけ時間がかかるゲームですからね。戦闘は慣れれば慣れるほど早くなるんですけど。
Yeah, they're the worst.
Literally the worst.
So, we come over here. We dimension door over here. I actually went way further than I usually do. So we should be very, very safe here. Come down here. There's a giant.
単性はそうですね。
Cool. Giant's dead. That giant transfers this from like the opening like scene kind of thing to the one where you can actually complete the this map. I go. So if you actually move to the left before you kill that giant, you trigger a cutscene that's also very buggy because it's supposed to be the cutscene where Amiri fights Armog and gets beat down real bad and then gets captured and all that good stuff. Which is whatever. Like, it sucks. You trigger a cutscene. The bad thing is that it also resets your position back to the beginning of the map. So you have to go through the whole thing again. I've done that a total of 1 time. And I wanted to reset so badly, but this run is... I don't stream long enough to reset once I get here, because it's like, what, 2 hours in? Yeah.
で、もう一回戻りますね。
That show up. This should be air elementals and barbarians. Yep. Air elementals and barbarians. Alright, so that one's not too bad.
ポイントよりか魔法性の付きのファイアボール打ち込むのずるいな。威力と範囲が広すぎるんだよな。
I have only seen that cutscene once ever, so I don't know. Well, I've seen it twice, but the second time there was a person and he was fighting nobody. So Armag was doing a little bit of
うん、基本的に
Fight Club
倒して経
reenactment.
験値のうまい D&D みたいなゲームがベースっていう時点で、倒して経験値がうまいゲームかって言われると、やや微妙だと思うんで、
Very strange and vague spoilers
ちょ
if
っと
you
ついで
haven't
に
seen the
もう
movie Fight Club.
大幅にレベル上げ終わってるはずだ
We're
か
not
ら、
supposed to talk about it.
避けられない演歌は基本的にロスなんじゃないかなと思いますけど
Already
ね。
broken 2 rules.
Yeah, well, you know. Worst thing.
Connor likes to break rules.
Yeah,
I'm
I am a
seeing
speedrunner.
that, yeah.
I am a speedrunner. That's kind of what we do.
I want to see an actual D&D game where the players are all speedrunners.
Oh my god, I do not. I mean, I'll watch it, but I'm not taking part in it.
No, I would
Why
not
not?
be a part of it. I have to
It
be
would
in
be
the
the
server.
best.
逃げたら勇敢さが下がるとか
Armag's-
ないですもんね。
Armag's weapon is incredibly OP if your barbarian person can pass an consistently increasing will save or go insane, I
アーマグ
think.
の墓アーマグの墓を探すとか、なんかそんな話が出てますね。
Armag's weapon in this game.
Yeah, no.
It's like it's got a very high upside, but it is also incredibly dangerous.
It's cursed. It's cursed to heck.
The insane part is bugged. How bugged? What bugged? How do?
I never used it, so like
Me
by the
neither.
time I
Me
get
neither.
to that point,
sold that thing.
by the time I
Never
get to
actually
that point-
causes confusion. Wait, what?
What?
はい、今日のゲームじゃないですね。
Oh,
うん、また
that
そういうゲー
sword
ム
just
があ
got
るんです
real
けど
good。real quick. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter. We have the gear that we have. We don't need any more.
That reminds me of a question someone had.
セーブしますね。
I've seen this with other speedruns. Do you use
Okay.
the most up-to-date version, or do you have to use a specific version of this game?
No, this is the most up-to-date version. We do not dump. So if you just noticed, I failed the perception check to find Armag's. I have had multiple runs die because I forget to quick save.
ああ、パーセクションチェックで失敗したからもう一回戻しましたね。いやー、無事見つかってよかったです。
And that's like a 10-minute time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because you have to level again before you can check, right?
There you can also go back to your capital and like once the scouts finish scouting it out, they will find it.
Oh.
But yeah, it's like a huge like it's a pain. I hate it.
It sucks.
Why not use the backup strat at the river? I do not know what you mean. So that is
It's a good
Kitty
reason.
Cat, why what?
When
I've
you're the
never
only
seen him
two
flip that.
Kingmaker speedrunners and the things you talk about, the other person doesn't completely understand or know about.
Well, it's usually there's another recheck at the river, which
アーマグの墓を探索するっていう話なんでしょうけど、これが、攻略チャートだと最短者将軍というクエストですかね。
So the cat is
う
very
ん、
good.
まあなかなか聞きますけ
Especially
ど
if you make him swole as hell.
Oh, I love animal growth.
Legendary proportions of actually. Animal
Oh,
growth,
man.
I think is. It seems like it's bugged. It seems like it doesn't do what it's supposed to. So we go through a couple of specific motions.
It does.
These work. It worked. Okay, that skip.
おっとおっと、今そんなことあるみたいな動きしましたけど。
Yeah, I hope it's not a big deal. I hope.
うん、なんかよくわからんがクリアしましたね。
Low or something? I don't know. Apparently they. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Hi. I'm back.
Hello.
I have returned.
Nice.
That was different.
Yeah.
We were all fine. It was just the stream that couldn't hear us.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Well, okay. So you kind of saw what happened there. The cat clips through the wall and then eats Armog. So there is a funny thing about the Armog fight. Armog is a great example of really. Please stop it. Armog is a great example of believing in yourself because you don't actually need to beat Armog to beat Armog. So if you send the cat in, like this is something that happens if you are lower level or if you're on a harder difficulty. All you need to do is hit a certain damage threshold on the boss. And then even if you lose, it still triggers his death scene and he still dies. So
海外というか本家放送の方では攻略方法を教えてくれてましたね。
When I was doing normal difficulty runs, so like I started doing runs of this game on normal difficulty. I am now doing full any % where I'm just on story difficulty. On normal difficulty, I think I needed to hit him 3 times, so it was like 90 damage or something like that. Right, yeah, the person that's in the fight with him goes down. So at that point, the Smilodon dies, and then he just all the skeletons explode, and he just blah and dies.
My issue with that fight when I played is that I played a squishy caster, and like I saved right before and reloaded a million times, and every time he made a beeline.
Why am I getting this? This is a dialogue I should not have gotten. I have auto kingdom turned on, and I just got a kingdom thing. That happens sometimes. I don't know what it is.
Oh, Harem needs your input.
Harem needs to deal with it. Harem's the worst. Oh, hey, dragon. We kill him. He comes to give us stuff, and we kill him for it.
Harem is actually the worst. I did a companion.
I actually did like his quest. Dagroth is right. I did like his quest.
His storyline is really cool though, because I've honestly never seen anyone like make a depressed cleric before, and that's literally what he is. Like he's just like fighting with mental illness the whole game.
で、ずっと話を進めてますね。
I can deal with it if there's like a little bit more depth to it, but it just seems like anytime he chimes in, it's just like the same one note thing every single time. Just
he does definitely get better once you finish his quest line.
He also told Kundayo that his family was lucky to have suffered at the hands of the trolls.
Okay, never mind. Harem's first.
Wow.
Never mind. Harem is the actual worst.
He was envious, is what he said.
Oh,
that's poor taste.
He's an interesting representation of nihilism taken to the extreme.
It's a cool written character. I don't like him as a person.
Harem is critical for low %. Are you talking about your I'm actually I've been thinking about trying your route, Dagroth, with the new skips and seeing what the time could be. So Dagroth is the other runner. He's been in chat this whole time. He's the only other person on the leaderboards. I also am just sitting here staring at a dialogue option instead of progressing the game. I am a speedrunner. I am even when I'm just staring at stare at them very quickly. He has a completely different route than I do. Primarily because he always ran story %. Or story difficulty. And I ran on normal difficulty for a very long time. And on normal difficulty, you will die super quick if you just go through the game without grinding.
ってことはもう6章もだいぶ6章開始からしばらくと発生するゲームイベントの話だから。
And I haven't really tried to learn his route yet. But I'm curious if it is faster than mine. So after the run tonight, I didn't want to start practicing it before this marathon because I didn't want to like confuse myself and like accidentally like combine
で、
two runs into one.
成
It's
吉
just
さんの
no
夢の
way.
入り口を実行して、成吉さんの夢のクエス
Oh, by
ト
the way,
を
we
進
start using
行
the
さ
Heart
せ
of
る
Ira
ってこ
again
と
for
か。
this portion of the game
to-
because these enemies all have only one health. And the Heart of Ira is guaranteed damage without any animation. So it's
夢
very,
の
very
世界が
quick to
2
kill
人
all
進
these
行
enemies.
になるということらしいの
Heart of
で、
Ira.
Yep, super good, super
そ
good,
れ
super
でなん
busto.
とか進めていくんでしょうけ
Zagroff
ど
made a
も、
good point about all the characters being extreme caricatures. That's 100% true. I feel like in Wrath they made the companions way better.
I really
Way
gotta try that.
Wrath is a very, very good game. Wrath of the
Yeah.
Righteous is an
I felt like the
incredible game.
companions
I
had
had a
actual depth.
ton of fun. The characters in that game, the companions are great.
Yeah.
Love the Lantern King. All right, so this is something that I never do because I always forget about it. But so like, okay, we'll do it on over me real quick. So this is, you know, it's you know a decent sized bullhead. We do it on the Lantern King. It is a very large bullhead. I don't know, like a very large bear head there.
Goes
So-
the whole circle.
Yeah, it's like it takes up the entirety of his body. I don't know why. I don't know. Does this have a animation?
ランタンキング、
Not really, no. Okay.
日
But
本
yeah,
語
it's
だ
just
とこれ
scaled
は
up to his size for some reason.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, the
ですね
eyeball.。
日本語版だと灯籠語になってんのかな。
So yeah, that's just a
ね、
thing.
イベントで
I
やっ
don't
てん
think
でし
anyone
ょう
else
け
is
ど、
even buffable. Let's find out. Nope. Nope. Oh hey, speaking of, you can buff Smolderburn. This is past Smolderburn, by the way.
Yo, discount is back.
Yeah.
Discount.
Discount Smolderburn. Yeah.
We love to see it.
This one is actually a discount Smolderburn because he only has 1 health. Spoilers
Oh, yeah.
for like 2 minutes in the future where I kill all the Will-O-Wisps.
If you do legendary proportions, will the
I
one
do
get
not
big?
have that spell, so
Will he get big ball?
wait. Let's see if enlarge person works.
No, I don't want it.
It does.
I hate this.
なんか遊んでますけ
I'm a
ど、
big boy,
I hate this so much.
and the bull gets bigger too.
It's only supposed to work on humanoids, dang it.
I know. That's why I never tried it. We could actually.
完全に遊んでんな。
Oh my god. And just continuing the scaling of the bullhead is just
Yeah, it's so good.
気を取り直しまして。
All right, the only thing that you've lost is your mind.
気を取り直しましたじゃねえな。
First.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a marathon.
World
first?
first.
Yeah.
確かに今データドウンロードとかいうのはラスボスですよね。確かに。そんなのコ
Should
レ
I
クチャ
say
ーと
the
見
thing that's always
見てるん
said?
ですけど、
That's never happened before.
巨大化効くんかなとか言いながら遊んでましたね、今。
Tricked you. There was no option. I guess we could turn on AI. Oh, actually, we do not want Lindsay in this. Lindsay, get out of the way!
そうですね、今なんか奏者さんも驚いてましたけど、マジか聞いたよって言いな。
I'm actually about
そん
to
な
yell at
そんなに
Lindsay
試そう
so
と
bad
思わ
in
んかっ
just a
たとかいう
second
話をしてましたが、
I'm going
な
to
るほ
forget
どね。
that she's a
Four
thing.
tanking now.
Chaotic good characters always get on my nerves, man. I try to do anything lawful or neutral at all, and then they're just like, "How could you do that? How could you do it?" Just her and Octavia in my ears, just.
It's fine. Oh yeah, so there's
ということでね、謎の遊びもありましたが、夢の道のクエストクリアですね。
reasons.
Oh yeah.
A wizard did it.
It's in the chest.
wizard
It shows
did
up twice.
Yeah.
Are you certain you're not
Leave.
a LE? I am a lawful neutral person for sure. I'm not lawful evil, I'm lawful neutral, but like it's like chaotic neutral is even less annoying than chaotic good because chaotic good is like because what I'm doing is good, it doesn't matter how I accomplish it, and I hate that.
All right. Oh, hey, Lindsay, get out of my party. So every time I get to this point in the game, I always forget that Lindsay is in my party. Every single time. And usually I yell at her. I toned it down a little bit this time around, but I usually like scream at her to get out of my party. But I can't tell you how many times I've been on a run and then just forgot that she's in there, which, I mean, it's not a huge time loss. You just go into the group manager. It's just like a couple of seconds, a couple of button presses to get rid of her on the overworld map, but it's the principle of the thing. We killed Knock Knock for the same thing. Him trying to force his way into the party when he's not allowed got him killed. And then Lindsay does the same thing, and we don't have the option to kill her for it. It's very upsetting. Yeah, there was a time where I didn't know the group manager was a thing. That is true. All right, so we are now in chapter 6. This is the fight against Pytax. Also, fight me. It is called Pytax, not Pytax.
Chapter 7 だ
I was about to say you mean Pytax. You knew it was coming.
I did.
I always called it P-Tax.
I don't even... It started off as a joke, me calling it Pytax.
Everyone calls it Pytax in the game.
I know, like, it's objectively incorrect. And I know this. Also, everybody's AI was also nobody was, which is great. All right, cool. Octavia actually got the... Octavia actually got the lockpick.
I think one of my favorite
Pytox.
Oh my god.
It's actually pronounced Pytox.
じゃあ、イベント前にファイアボール叩き込みましたね。
Octavia can actually fail to oh, I should be attacking the gnome. What? Whatever. Octavia can fail to pick the lock on this gate. It is a lockpick thing. There is a trickery check. And you can fail it. Fortunately, she is an arcane trickster, so she has ranged legerdemain, so you can retry the check, but it's at a -5. And it takes, I think, a full round action to do it. So it takes 6 seconds every time you fail.
That's gross.
It's kind of the worst. Fortunately, I've only ever had her fail that check twice in runs in recent memory. Oh yeah, I know, it's actually a bug. You're not supposed to be able to do it, but I will take advantage. What do you mean a hunter needs to be... Ugh. Octavia doesn't like being called My Octavia by Ragongar, but Ragongar really loves calling her My Octavia, so there's a...
さて、休憩をとって。
Just a nice little character tidbit for you guys. They're together, except not? Except they are?
休憩とってダンジョン探索でしょうけど。
Yep, there's a lot of things that I did not know how to do.
I did that in my playthrough.
これは今どこをやってるのかな？
We all three got married.
You all three got...
はい、
It was great. The relationship is toxic, but it's not.
At least at first. It's one of those that, like, the companion quests, like, reel it in a bit and make it better.
It's not toxic with intent, though. It's toxic because they've both been slaves and neither one of them knows how to be in a
おっしゃる通りですけど。
That's also fair.
Because, like, Ragongar doesn't realize he's actually doing anything wrong most of the time. He's also chaotic stupid.
これは夢の道をクリアした後に見せる場所
Yeah,
ら
I'm
しい
not a
です
huge。fan that he's
Explorer White
considered
Wing。
chaotic evil as well. There's not
yeah.
really a chaotic evil.
あー、なるほど。
There's
また
not,
ホワイ
because if
ト
there
ロー
was,
ズ
they'd
大
be
修道
trying
院
to
の
kill
ここ
you
が
at every possible turn. That's
Debate. I don't know. I think Wendu is probably the best
Wendu's
example
good.
of chaotic evil.
Camelia's pretty
Yeah, but I don't like her.
I don't I feel like hiding her alignment was so useless because, like, in Dresden, the minute you get hit with blasphemy and it doesn't affect her, you already know she's evil.
Okay, let's be fair. As soon as you see that amulet, you should know something. Like, come on. Nobody wears an amulet to hide your alignment.
What's the point?
All right, so soft lock is possible here, kind of.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Wendu is neutral evil.
ソフトロックの危険があるとか言いました。年内じゃないですかね、これ。
Chaotic evil is just
そんな進行みたいなこと言ってますけど。
Yeah, it is kind of hard to pull off, but I've done it once, and I never want to do it again. And also, it's technically not a soft lock. You can get out of it. It's just a very small window of opportunity. So, what we're talking about, the soft lock here, is that group that spawned in up here is triggered as soon as somebody runs. We want to send these guys up here. We want you to do this. We want you to... Oh, you are out of control fireball. Oh god, please don't be confused. I thought I saw somebody get confused. Please don't. Please don't. Alright. That place can go pretty mad because it can confuse your characters, and then your characters are far more dangerous than anything
今、
you're
ピ
gonna
タ
come
ックスの勢力と上がってんのかな。
But anyway, so you can soft lock there by going into that tavern before dealing with that ambush that comes in whenever somebody runs for backup, because they will spawn in and they will have you stuck in combat, but you can't kill them to get out of combat because you're in a different map. So you're kind of just stuck. There is like a frame or two where you get out of combat and then get back in.
で、なんかもうチェーン進行しちゃってもう一回戻り始めましたね。
And I did end up managing to do that, but it's not great. It's not great. And it's definitely something to be avoided. So we murder another person here because we are a terrible person. But he's kind of an incredibly rude person, so I don't really feel bad about it. But that interaction unlocks the actual city of Pitax. And now we can go and claim it for our own. We go in. This is another area where we skip everything that we're supposed to do. We have 3 fights in here if we do it correctly. 4 if we get a little bit unlucky. On our way out.
で、今、ピタックスの死者と会って、ピタックスに向かう。
We dimension door. This is the second dimension door clip that we use in the game.
そうなんですけど。
go straight to the throne room and we
ってことはそろそろ第7章が終わりますね、これ。あ、違う、第6章が終わって第7章。あともうじきというよりももうほとんど章が残ってないぐらいになりますね。
I completely forgot I haven't hit this guy yet. Yep. So there's 3 there's technically 4, but there's 3 that we will actually potentially get forced encounters in the Nara Marshes. This is always the first one. The cat surrounded by troll hounds. The second one is great because we can immediately leave. It is a bunch of bandits and trolls fighting each other. And you just spawn right next to the exit. You're not immediately in combat, so you can just turn around and then the third one is the worst because it's trolls fighting a merchant, and then after you beat the trolls, there's a whole cutscene and conversation and all this stuff, and I don't want to deal. The third one's the worst. but I
エ
have
ン
not
カウ
seen
ン
that
ターの
one in a
話、
very
エン
long
カウント
time.
にあったついでにエンカウンターの話をしてますね。
Don't really get too many opportunities for them to.
で、ピタックス入る前に
We
大
basically
休
have to
憩
be
ですか。
really, really unlucky. After Wrath, the Dwemer Cat feels like backer content. That one tends to only spawn in lower marshes. Oh, okay, that makes sense why I never see it, because I never go to the lower marsh. Gotcha. Alright, we are about to get into a fight, so we might as well do these now. No. We don't cast this on the Smilodon twice. What do you mean I can't? Whatever. Somehow my mouse accuracy is even worse than normal. Oh, by the way, we were invited here to give Iravetti our crown.
Yeah. It was nice that he invited you. It's really cool.
Yeah. It's also super strange that he still invited me even after I sent his messenger's head back to him in a box. Which is literally what it says that you do. Like, if you kill him for coming up to you, it literally says that you send his head back to Iravetti. Which is very, very strange that he still invites you. Oh, that's right. The Dwemer Cat and the Phase Spider do help you against the Lantern King if you do that part. By the way, we don't do that part in the speedrun.
めちゃくちゃ戦闘になってます。ファイアボールがずるすぎませんかね。
Not at all. Nope.
Never enough.
More fireballs, always and forever. This is one of the reasons that I wanted to turn on or turn off the experience sharing earlier, is because it does let you hit level 16 before you go into the Iravetti fight. Which gets us that school power that I was talking about.
で、この城の中にいるイロベティっていうのを倒せばいいんですね。
Just in case it's necessary. We do not level up Octavia anymore because it's a pain. I don't feel like choosing all of her stuff and choosing new spells and all that stuff. So we just leave her at 15.
16ですな。
I think it's perfectly in character for Iravetti to invite you still. Maybe.
He's crazy. Well, he's not crazy. He's just.
He's definitely a person. I feel like that's the best descriptor for him.
The reality is Iravetti probably didn't care at all about Tartuccio.
Well, not Tartuccio. Stefano.
Oh, same.
Like,
王宮のところにいる敵を倒しに行くんですけれども。
murdered his messenger and sent him his head back.
Probably same though. Like Iravetti doesn't really care about anyone but himself.
That's true, but if you get a message like that, it's probably smart to not invite the person who sent that message to your house.
これは戦闘がないイベントっぽいですね。
I mean, fighting you on home turf is a valid strat though. If he came to you, he'd lose for sure. And this gave him the sliver of a chance that he had.
Maybe. Alright.
He's male, older, sexual.
Maybe. Also, I just realized my health.
この辺も多分前のストーリー夢はどうしてこの動員攻めっていうのがわかるんでしょうけど、残念ながら今回というよりもまあイベント上英語版なので、日本語版もあるので、ストーリーとやりたい方は、ストーリーとしっかり見たい方は日本語版をぜひということになりますが、なんかディメンションとかで上に行ってないか。
There we go. So, we just skipped the entirety of this palace. I'm gonna buff up, because like I said, this fight can go really, really poorly for us. And I hate it. That should be good. I'm gonna quick save that.
めっちゃ補助魔法かけてる。
Alright, we're good.
セーブもする。
So, two things that we would love to be able to do. First, kill Iravetti before he gets that spell off.
これでボス戦ですね。
Awesome. The second thing is we would love to get a trip off on this Naga before she casts Sea Mantle. Sea Mantle gives a +8 to armor class on top of the shield spell that she casts basically immediately, so she has a +12
ね、1 戦目がなんかサクッと終わったんで、2戦目。
And it's just real rough. So we're hoping to get a trip off on her basically immediately, or just, you know, crit and kill her, which is also very viable. But she is the one that
即
can
死トラッ
cast
プ、まあ、
Baleful
TRPG 仕様だから即死トラップあるのは
Polymorph. It
割
is, as
と、
far as I can tell, it is
割とあ
randomly
るけ
targeted.
ど、
I've had her cast Baleful Polymorph
あんま
on
おすすめは
Asuda's
できないですけ
dog
どね。まあ
in the past.
D&D3.5 半ベースで拡張してるゲームだからな、命軽そうなんだよ
I've
な。
had 3 runs, including my first
ナガですね。
casual playthrough, where she hit my main character with Baleful Polymorph and I failed the fort save. So I
まあ
just
昔の
did the
昔
next
のあれの
couple
せい
of
でね、
like
今は
sections
結
of the
構
game as a little puppy
ど
dog,
の TRPG も
which was actually kind of
生
hilarious.
かしなるべく長く生かしておくっていうのは前提にやってますけども、昔のやつは割とよく死ぬっていうのが前提ですから
We
ね。
did not.
そう、序盤が辛いんですよね。どのゲームも序盤が辛くて。
Okay, we're fine.
後半魔法がどんどん使えるようになったりするとっていうのは、まあ、D&D もよくある話ですね。パスファインダーで改定入れたんだ。パスファインダー改定で入れたんだったら、その時に序盤改善してくれればよかったんだけれども、まあ仕方がないですね。
That are in the throne room at that point. They are invisible, even though they're not technically using the invisibility skill. They just have like a +7,000 to their stealth. That was actually a really good.
序盤きついのは、特にプレイヤーも慣れないうちはすごい大変なんですよね。
That's
表
the
のゲーム。
most difficult.
覚えることは結構いっぱいあるので。
That's the one that has the biggest potential to go very, very poorly for. I've seen that Naga take 5 minutes to kill in the past, by the way. No exaggeration. Literally sitting there for 5 minutes trying to kill that Naga because I was out of Dispel Magics, so I couldn't get rid of her AC buffs, and just nobody could hit her. It can be ridiculous because she also has heal, so she could just heal for 150 health whenever she feels like it.
It took me a while, but when I did this on stream, I played a psychic with the mods, so I just kept using telekinetic storm and just blasting her with force damage.
少しの話が終わったんで。
Yeah, it's not great.
1500種類のイベントがあるのかな。
That part, that cutscene that played, where the Naga actually murders Irovetti for you. Beat her at level 8. Ugh. That just sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
All right, so we're almost done. We have 2 more sections of the game. We have 2 more fights, actually. This run is actually going really good. Run is actually going really, really well. So here we are dealing with.
というわけで、実機終わりますね。戦後処理やってあと2ダンジョンで終わりかな。今、奏者さんが提供してくださってるチャートを見てるんですけれども。あと、キャスル・オブ・ナイフ、ナイフの城と、時の周辺の家、ハウス・アット・エイジ・オブ・タイムをクリアすれば終わりかな。終わりですかね。
Why would I say that? Because nothing has ever gone poorly for me in this next portion, and I'm not going to regret saying those words.
You see, the way you just said that made it seem like that's not true.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never sat there for 10 minutes at one of these skips. Although that was before. I have a far more consistent. I literally spent like the entire first half of one of my streams this week just practicing that skip and getting it down. So there's a clip through a door in the first. So basically, we clip through 2 doors in the House at the Edge of Time to skip every fight in that area and just go straight to Nyrissa. The first one is far more difficult. Dagroth. Yes, this is the last chapter of the game. We are going to the end. There are 2 fights left in the game. And the final one is not the most dangerous one. I feel like the Jabberwock fight coming up is far more dangerous.
今これはナイフの後ろに向かってる途中ですね。
encounters that we get out here can be more dangerous than the final boss fight, in my opinion. Jabberwocks are free if your melee don't get confused and immediately eat your range. And here's a random encounter because there's please don't be one of those super long ones. What are you? Oh god, it's this one. Wait, we have banishment, don't we? We have banishment. We do.
Oh, the tornado guys?
Alright. I'm sorry.
Are these those tornado guys?
Yeah, these are just greater air elementals. There's just 1,000 of them. They just... Fortunately, banishment just kills them. Unbreakable
普通にやったら多分、私これ触ったことないんですけど、バルターズゲートとかとほとんど同じ感じがするので、一番最初理解するところを乗り越えればまずなんとかじゃないだと思いますよ、難易度は。多分まずそこを乗り越えるのが大変で、その後の後半も多分これ難易度高いですよ、これ。
It's a very long time to cast that 8. So, come over here.
ですよね。これ相当かかりますよね。
That skips a fight with a bunch of wolves and a cutscene.
だから。
We dimension door down this cliff. No.
その辺はもうなんか状態以上連発してくるのはもう実に TRPG らしいというか、いつでも昔の低レベル時点からすでにスリープを対処できないと終わるみたいな事例結構多いですからね。そのレベルよりももっとこう強力なフィアが連打されたり、即死で魔法も連打してくるから、きちんと対策込みでっていうのをだいぶやらないと厳しいんですよね。で、ディメンションゲートを連発してなんか地形を丸ごと無視してご利用しましたね。通常エンドはまだまだ時間があるんですけど、隠しエンドの方今回行くので、はいですね。あと2つダンジョン、今やってるここ、とあともう1箇所だけですね。
See, Jabberwock's easy mode. Yeah, they just have a... It's not like likely that they're going to cause an issue, but it is more dangerous simply because it's very possible to mess up that dimension going up to them. So we are in the final area of the game now.
It's
very pretty. It's an absolute nightmare to get through.
Yeah.
If you don't know exactly what you're doing. My first time through here, it took me like 20 hours or something like that, just this area. It was absolutely ridiculous because I had no idea where the final key was. Lose to Nyrissa. How do you lose to Nyrissa on Thornton? No, I guess I could see you how. Oh yeah, if you're coming in here expecting this area to be small. Yeah.
My first run through this game, I got through this place really quickly, and I was like, okay, this place wasn't too bad. And then I did it on stream, and I was like, taking forever trying to figure out the lantern thing, and I was like, how did I do this last time at all?
Yeah,
It was a goof.
This place is so gross. All right, so here's level 17. And here is where we get our second level in Inquisitor. Now, I mentioned earlier that
ありがとう
Inquisitor
ございます。フェイは
gives
多
us a
分
fourth thing
どうなんだ
that is
ろう。
important
多
for
分
growth.
フェイで訳されてるような
That
気がする。
fourth thing
古代妖精とか
Names
そんな感じで
actually
訳されてる
matter
時も多い
anymore.
ですし、
We're
フ
gonna
ェイワイル
stick
ド
with
とかの D&D だと普通に
Oh
そ
wait,
れは
I
それ
don't
ちょっ
even
と
take
違い
the
ますけれど
spelling.
も。
Well, we're gonna take it. That fourth thing
報告
is
こ
we
そ
just
なが
got
ワ
a
ンダが
plus
滅
8
ぼせ
to
と
our
いう無茶
initiative.
ぶりって相当無茶ぶりですが、その
So
国の場所を
level
滅びるため
2
の夢があったけという話らしいで
level
す
2
が、まあ、
Inquisitors get to add their wisdom
ディメンションドアでカット
to
してきま
their
したね。
initiative.
まあ、
If you remember, my physical stats weren't great,
壁抜け等ですけれども、なんかあんまりバグバグしい壁抜けを使
but
っ
my
てない
mental
のが
stats
すご
were
い。
really good. I started with an 18 wisdom. Now I have a plus 8 to all. Like I have a plus 8 to all mental stats had. So I now have a plus 8 wisdom modifier. I need to equip the lantern now. All right. Oh, also we're about to save.
そうですね。まあ、もうちょっと暗い視界外の部分を増やしておくべきでしたねって感じがしますね。その辺は。
So this dimension door right here. Save Lindsay's life. Say hi. She's fine. She's just right here, just hanging out. We're going to quick save here. Now, we're going to get the camera in the right spot. So right now I'm looking at the B button for my backpack. I want it like roughly... My mouse accuracy is garbage, by the way. All right, so... oh, Control E.
で、ちょっとこれは完全に悪いことをしようとしてますね。
Okay, wasn't expecting that to actually work like that, but you know, we're fine. And then we just walk through. We do get the magic lantern. We got the magic lantern from the first nymph that comes and talks to us as soon as we spawn in here. She's the one that gives it to us. She does that just in case you don't get, or just in case you get rid of the one that you got from the old gnome in the Womb of Lamashtu. So, like, you can get a second. Here, we cast Invis on the kitty cat. Kitty cat goes over. No, I don't. Kitty cat goes over here. I come here. Oh yeah, it's very easy to miss, for sure. So, this is...
またインビジビリティ近く
1,
してますね。
2, 3, click. This skip is courtesy of Dagroth. Thank you very much, my friend. He's the one who found that setup. I would never have found that setup, so appreciate it. And we're in. We are now in the final boss fight room. We buff the cat.
ロックトって書いてあるところをぬるって抜けるのやめてほしい。
I forgot to buff the cat with legendary proportions.
Oh no.
And Magic Fang Greater. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult than it should have been because I messed up real bad. What? Why did any of those buttons happen? It
そうで
should
す
be
ね。
fine.
抜けて視界を確認して、ディメンションゲートの範囲内に移動したやつをそのまま丸ごとポインって壁飛ばしますね。すごいやり方だな。
I do also... Oh, I
やり方が
forgot
す
to
ごいんだ
save
よ
before
な
I came. I forgot to save. Yeah, if Baleful works, also I just tried to cast not the right spell. Why am I trying to cast that? That's not what I'm trying to cast. So something. Okay, so I forgot to do a whole bunch of things coming up to this fight. Okay, she's been baleful. Oh, hey, that's also been baleful. All right, it's fine. So the cat's gonna take care of the wyvern. I am going to. That's the wrong spell. Where is that? There it is. Alright, well, apparently the. We do this. So the cat's just gonna eat her now. It's less likely to hit. It's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I forgot I still had banished on AutoCAD.
これ合ってたっけ
Very. Oh. Oh, never mind. Okay. That's the last fight. Time will be coming up here shortly. I almost hit 2 there. That would have made time not be shortly. So only one of those options lets the game end here. 2 of those options make the game just add another section to the game. So, and I almost hit one of those options because I'm bad. But hey, look, it's this guy again. Also, I think he still has enlarged person on. There are 4 options. I don't know what the non-other.
Oh my gosh, she's huge.
And as soon as this fades, time. I literally just tried to split for time.
GG ですね。
I did not realize that the Lantern King stayed huge if you buffed him like that.
Big
That's
boy
awesome.
ball.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So had I not had the bathroom break, no, that wouldn't have been a PB. That was only 3 minutes off though.
いやー、
It was only 3 minutes off my PB.
なんかあるのはわかるんですけれども、これに関してはもう自分の目で確かめてみてくださいになりますね。日本語版発売されてますから、パスファインダー、キングメーカー、確か、どうだったかな、プレステ4とかで、スチームに出てるんだったかな。
Thank you. So, yeah. I guess we just do like shoutouts and stuff.
そうですね。PC、PS4、Xbox One で遊べるらしいので。
Well, Unsung, you go first. I've been talking a lot. You go first.
What? Am I just like shamelessly self-plugging?
そうなったりですね。そうですね。序盤。
Okay. Well,
序盤難易度。
Yeah, I'm Unsung NPC.
頑張ってほしい。絶対そうなの。絶対 TRPG ベースって言ってる時点で難しいのは間違いないんだけれども、頑張ってほしい。としか言いようがないですね。あとまあ、新規会社さんの方、新規会社じゃないか、アートライトは。どっちだ？本家の本が出て、新規会社ですね。新規会社の方からパスファインダー RPG の TRPG 版のルールブックも出てますので、こちらも興味ある方はね、ぜひ見てみて、ご購入して、一つ目の大変そうな気がしますけれども、遊んでみてもいいのかなと思いますけどね。
But I did just get a job offer yesterday, which will most likely be changing up my schedule. So my schedule will probably be getting shifted around here in the near future. But I stream Pathfinder Kingmaker speedruns. I'm currently working on routing out Wrath of the Righteous speedrun. I play Final Fantasy IX on the weekends just for some chill times, and
日本
on
語版は
Sundays.
有義で、日本語版もで遊べるので、
Unsung here forgetting about the thing that we do on Sundays.
ストーリーに関しては
We
日本
just
語版を
started a
遊べる。
Divinity Original Sin 2 playthrough co-op with me, him,
各
and 2 other
各 PC、PS4、Xbox One 版を
and
遊んでみてください。
what did he say is
Classic
new-
Rock.
classic rock, but rock is spelled
ああ、
R-A-H.
取り組めるんですね。
Um,
ああ、そっかそっ
so
か。
yeah, we do that on
キャラクターの
Sundays.
肖像部分のイラスト部分を取り込む機
Yeah,
能が
that's kind of my thing.
ついてるってことだと思いますけれども。
Heck yeah.
Right on, right on.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you too for volunteering your time. for
別の
the,
ゲームを思い出す。
for helping
別のゲーム、本当に別のゲームが
Absolutely.
思い出される
helping
け
to
ど、
support Nami. and
ぜひ。
the donation
っていうわ
drive
けですか
we're
ね。
doing here.
はい。
I've
広告
been
運営
your
パート
host,
今回全然やんなかったですけ
everybody.
れど
I want
も
to、thank all of you who have been watching,
キングメーカー
who,
は
have
戦
welcomed
闘
me
とかっていう以
to
外
be
に
your
も、
host tonight. We're going to be
広告
switching
を
it up
運営
here
して
real
内製
quick.
パートみ
We
たい
got
なのも
another
やれるっ
host
ていう
coming
話
on
らしい
in,
ので、
and coming up right after this is a run of Lost
かなり
Odyssey
遊び
on
込むのに
Xbox
は時間かかり
360.
そうですね。
Or
まあ
I think
100
they're
時間、
running it on an Xbox Series X.
100時
so
間
it
超
should have
っていう
some
話でも、
interesting
そんなことはない。
implications.
それじゃ
Yeah,
済まないぐらいにある
everyone.
でしょうね、これ。 はい。
We're going to be cutting to a break here while they get set up. Please consider donating to a cause.
はい。という
There
わけ
are
で画面
currently
切り
some
替わりま
big
したね。
bonus actives that
は
are
い。
coming up
ここまでのゲームは、
for
パスファイン
Final
ダー、
Fantasy
キング
VII
メーカー、
Remake,
カテゴリー
Super Mario
2% で
RPG.
し
There's
た。
also challenge incentives that you can
それでは
enact
次
as
のゲームを
well.
準備いたしますので、
All of them
し
look
ば
pretty
らく
interesting.
そ
There's
の
quite
ま
a
ま
few
でお
Final
待ち
Fantasy
くだ
VII.
さい。
There's going to be a
では一
morning
旦
run.
失礼します。
So time is running short on that. Let's see if we can't get some of those incentives met. But once again, thank you everybody for letting me be a part of this, and I'll see you tomorrow night as well.
Same. Thank you all for having me. It's been a blast.
Yeah.